It's official, inflation has hit nearly every industry. Have you seen what's happened to the auto industry? Like, the price of a new or used car payment is through the roof. It's literally the most insane pricing we've ever seen. And it really begs this question: is your career enough to cover the cost of living? And the answer is probably no. For you to afford a car, a nicer house, a nicer anything, you're gonna have to do something besides hope for a better job. You're probably gonna need to get a side gig, a side hustle, a side something. Otherwise, this stuff is just too unaffordable. All right, let's drill down and get really specific. Literally, my buddy who owns a truck dealership is like, Kris, the average truck is literally up over $10,000 than it was from 24 months ago. So check it out. In September, the percentage of auto borrowers who were at least 60 days late on their bills rose by 6.11%. That marks the highest default level in nearly 3 decades and is a notable increase from the previous record of 5.3%. Now, that was back in January. Bottom line, these delinquencies are coming as a result of both higher car prices and steeper car borrowing costs. Okay, now this is going to blow your mind. The average cost of a new car is $48,000, which is, by the way, nearly a record high, and the average monthly car payment for a new car is $729. Average monthly car payment for a used car, $528. By the way, after I refinanced my first house, my mortgage was $500 a month. It was literally less than this used car payment. And then you've got the average new auto loan rate. It's jumped up to 7.4% in September, and the average used auto loan rate right now, 11.4%. It's freaking double digit. So that is the question, how do you combat these growing prices? First of all, maybe it's not time to buy a shiny new car. Might not even be time for buying an expensive used car. It might be time to financially get a little bit smarter with your money first. Did you know that 39% of adults have a side hustle? Did you know that almost all Gen Zers, they want a side hustle? In fact, they want to be entrepreneurs. 42% of side hustles with a household income under $50,000 a year say that they need a side hustle income for day-to-day expenses more than any other income bracket. Now, I'll tell you that not all side hustles are created equal. Check it out on the screen. The most popular side hustles of our day are drop shipping, YouTube channels, freelancing services, car washing, detailing. These things aren't bad, but if you're gonna look for a side hustle, don't you wanna find something that has the kind of potential that it might be able to take out your job? Let me show you something very, very different. I wanna share with you my favorite side hustle, because I'm not interested in the common ones, the popular ones, or what other people are doing. Let me show you what's very popular right now because of AI. We have so many companies, hundreds and hundreds of AI companies that have emerged that are making things possible for you to do that were too technical before, like this side hustle. Check this one out. I call it digital real estate. Digital real estate is basically owning a piece of the internet that people are using when they're doing Google search. So for example, let's just say that you wanted someone to do your flower beds, or they wanted to paint your house or re-roof your house, or if you needed some kind of service, but you basically are gonna Google a service, a niche, something that you need, and then Google's gonna pull up thousands of pages of opportunity, but you are probably only gonna make phone calls based on the first page, which means any company that is listed in that first, second, third, or fourth, or fifth position has a shot of earning your business. It also means that those websites, that digital real estate, is extremely valuable. Here's what I like to do. I use AI to build websites that get bumped to the top of a page for some type of service or industry, and then all the people go there and I get all their leads, and then guess what I do? I don't sell the leads. I don't try to start a company to fulfill on those leads. I just rent the website to some company in that line of work that'll pay me the most money. And a website can pay me $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. And because AI does most of the work, I can have an unlimited amount of digital real estate. Now, that's why it's my favorite. There are 5 steps of how you do it, and here they are right now. Step number 1, you gotta find a niche. Let's just say that you wanted to be in dog breeding. Not because you care about dog breeding, but it's because there are people out there that make thousands of dollars every litter, and what they do is they breed animals for a living, and so you select dog breeding. Then what I want you to do is find a location with a population no higher than 400,000. And the reason why is because in those smaller populations, you don't have a lot of dog breeder competition. And with less competition, you've got a shot of having your page rank on the very first page. Step 2, now you need to create a website, but you don't even need to know how to do that. We're gonna use AI right now. It's called webpro.com. Once you have a niche, you use WebPro to build your website, and WebPro will do literally almost all of it for you. WebPro will help you build your site to be attractive for a Google search with SEO keyword research already included, and it will also allow you to create the lead capture, because all we're doing is saying, here's my website, we do dog breeding, and we're really awesome for all the reasons that AI already told you. Include your name, phone number, and email, and we'll reach reach out to you. If you're number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 at the top of the website and someone gives you their information, that lead is worth a lot of money. And a website that produces a lot of leads is worth a lot of money that you can rent out every month. Number 3, you go to Google Keyword Planner and you have them evaluate your website and say, hey, where are my phrases weak and what phrases would you recommend to make it stronger? Now you have your keyword research done through 2 tools, WebPro and Google Keyword Planner. And between both of these, you now have a page in a small territory around the country on a small niche where there's little to no competition. And now you can get on that first page. Number 4, you now are going to populate the rest of the website with more words, and you're going to use AI to do that again. That's called ChatGTP. Literally, ChatGTP, you've already heard it a million times by now. You just go there and you just tell them, give them instruction, write me a website about dog breeding that's attractive, that will attract customers. All of a sudden, you have the rest of your language done. Someone created your website, someone made it keyword efficient, and then someone else populated the rest of it. It's ready to capture information. And step 5, you publish the site and you start generating leads. And you start climbing the charts. And the moment you get on that first page, because you've done enough keyword research, thank you AI, you now can go ahead and just call up companies that breed dogs and say, hey, I've got 32 leads a month, or I've got 3,200 leads a month, etc. Why don't you try a couple of my leads? If they like your crack and they're like, can I get more of those? Sure, pay me $1,800 a month and you can have the whole website. It's yours. This side hustle is dope. Of all the side hustles that I've ever generated, it's my favorite because it takes so little time. And once it's up and going, just like real estate, it's passive. But it's also fully digital, which means you don't have a 20% down payment. You don't need $50,000. It takes pennies to do the side hustle. And if you want a more complete guide and understanding of exactly how I do this side hustle, click the link below. Let me give you all of the details so that you literally can start doing something from home right now that could take that pesky job out. Kris, I thought you were a real estate guy. Like, I made it to the end of the video, but you didn't mention real estate like once at all. Check it out. If you're like, Kris, I want a side hustle of real estate and I want to make a lot of money doing real estate, especially if I don't have any money, then you've come to the right place. It's this video right here. I'm going to teach you about wholesaling, and it's a full guide to how I leverage real estate to make a ton of money as a side hustle.